Ho, ho, ho! This is Santa Claus, and I'm a big fan of the Hanford Insider. On this episode, Rob will highlight a few events coming up, and Eric will update US on all of the high school sports. There's only one more week until I'm headed your way. This is the Hanford Insider for Monday, December 18th.
Welcome to this episode of the Hanford Insider. I'm your host, Rob Bentley. I'd like to thank you for listening. Be sure to stop by my website at hanfordinsider.com and leave a review of the show. It really helps grow the podcast. This week's show will be a short one because I want everyone to head over to the Hanford Insider YouTube page to check out my Christmas special. I put it together with talented musicians as a Christmas present to all of you for being such great supporters of the show. I want to let you know that I'm going to take a break for a few weeks and the show will resume on January 15th. It's a great time to go to hanfordinsider.com and listen to some of the great episodes that you may have missed. The weather this week will be mostly cloudy with high temperatures in the mid-60s. There's a considerable chance of rain this week, so stay dry and drive safely. The Hanford City Council has a short meeting planned this Tuesday, December 19th. Items on the consent calendar include acceptance of a $24,000 grant from the Federal Railroad Administration to reduce homelessness along the tracks and throughout town. They'll also be approving an emergency well repair at Fire Station Number 1. The next council meeting is scheduled for January 16th. In community news, I'm happy to report that the Carnegie Museum of Kings County has announced that with community support, they've raised enough funds to restore the original wood flooring in the Carnegie Library building. The museum will be closed for 2 months for restoration work. The museum will reopen in March with a salute to the American, Asian, and Pacific Islander communities of Kings County. Visit their website at carnegiemuseumofkingscounty.org for more information. It's also nice to see work being started on the new KART Transit Center in downtown Hanford at the corner of 7th and Harris. This looks to be a pretty impressive upgrade for local transit. Are you interested in local government and want to help the community move forward? If so, serving on one of the city's 3 commissions may be for you. Hanford City Clerk is now accepting applications to serve on the Parking and Traffic Commission, Parks and Recreation Commission, and the Planning Commission. Applications are available at hanford.city. For questions, call 585-2515. Another way to serve the city is the Revenue Measure Committee. This will be a citizens advisory committee to the City Council about the pending tax measure. You can also apply for this on the city website at hanford.city. Let's check our community calendar. The annual Christmas decorating contest wraps up this week on the Hanford Holiday Facebook and Instagram pages. Follow them on social media for the results. Tipsy Canvas is hosting a Kids Paint Day on Tuesday, December 19th at 4 p.m. The cost is $25 per child. Contact Tierney at 559-589-3969 for signups. There is limited seating. The King's Art Center is holding their annual Members Art Show Wednesday through Friday from 12 to 5 and Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 3. The exhibition closes December 30th. Visit kingsartcenter.org for more information. Hanford Winter Wonderland is open in the Civic Auditorium Park through January 7th. Visit hanfordwinterwonderland.com for more information about all of the fun activities. I'll be grabbing events as I see them on the Hanford Sentinel calendar and social media pages. If you have an event coming up and you'd like some help getting the word out, let's work together. Send your information to hanfordinsider@gmail.com.
And now it's time for Hanford Insider Sports with Eric Bentley.
The postseason accolades keep coming for our local football teams. We mentioned Hanford High last week, but Sierra Pacific and Hanford West joined in on the fun this week. For Sierra Pacific, it was head coach Ryan DeSantos who was named the Tri-County Conference Sequoia League Coach of the Year. In his first season at the helm, he led the Golden Bears to a 7-4 record with a playoff appearance. All league honors were also announced. For Sierra Pacific, it was Landon McKee, Colin Brazil, Jacob Cunha, Sebastian DeCastro, Brody Kent, Case Knuckles, Anthony Perez, Zach Lee, Isaac Ibarra, Dawson Berna, Tyler Leslie, and Jaheim Castellanos. For the Huskies, it was Remy Barnes, Kyrie Harris, Will Blanchard, Dominic Alvidrez, Yandel Becerra, James Hernandez, Marquise Harris, and Emmanuel Jackson. A big congratulations to all of these players and their coaches. On to basketball, where on the girls' side, Sierra Pacific picked up their second win of the year, defeating Sierra 68-56. Hanford West dropped both of their games this week to Tulare and El Diamante, and Hanford High lost an overtime heartbreaker to West 49-48 to fall to 500 on the year. On the boys' side, Sierra Pacific split their 4 games this week, the 2 wins coming in dominating fashion, 73-42 over Mount Whitney and 67-43 over McFarland. The 2 losses were a 2-point defeat to Tulare Union and a 70-37 loss against Corcoran. The Golden Bears are off to a strong start, though, as they are now 7-3 on the year. Hanford West dropped their only game to Sanger as they now fall to 2-9, and Hanford High picked up their 3rd win of the season with a 72-66 victory over CVC. The other 3 games, though, they dropped to Selma, Centennial, and Ridgeview. In soccer action, the girls are having a pretty successful season overall. We'll start with Hanford High as they won their only match of the week, a 6-2 victory over Sierra Pacific. Hanford High is now 5-4-3 on the year. Speaking of Sierra Pacific, obviously they dropped the game to Hanford High, but they also took on Clovis West and unfortunately dropped that match as well. Despite those 2 losses, though, the Golden Bears are still 7-4-1 on the year. Hanford West was able to pick up 2 wins and a draw, the wins coming against El Diamante 3-2 and Lindsay 4-1. The draw, a 1-1 tie against Porterville. The Huskies continue to avoid losses for the most part with an overall record of 7-2-3. Not as much success on the boys' side, though, as like the girls, Hanford High and Sierra Pacific faced off. There would be no victor in this match as it ended in a scoreless draw. For Hanford High, it was their only game of the week as they are now 4-5-4 on the season. Sierra Pacific also took on Strathmore, where they dropped that game 3-0. The Golden Bears now fall to 2-7-2 on the year. Hanford West was in action twice, and they lost to Strathmore 3-1 and played to a 1-1 draw with Parlier. The Huskies are now 2-7-2. With the holiday season in full swing, the teams have a pretty light schedule, so I'll be back in early January to get you caught up on all of the action. And as always, we'd love to hear from you. If you've got scores, stats, or stories that you want covered, send an email to hanfordinsider@gmail.com. I'm Eric Bentley, and this has been your Hanford Insider Sports Report.
Well, that's it for the last episode of 2023. If you enjoy the show, I'd like to ask you to leave a review on your podcast player or on our website. It really does help me with the growth of the show. If you'd like to join the Hanford Insider email list, stop by our website at hanfordinsider.com to sign up for updates. I also need your help getting the word out about the show by liking and sharing on social media or telling a friend. For more information about the show, you can find this podcast on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, X, and YouTube at Hanford Insider. If you have a show idea, be sure to email me at hanfordinsider@gmail.com and I'll get going on it. Thanks for listening. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'll be back with the show on January 15th.